Hi guys, we will continue our lecture on set class today. Uh, in the last lecture, we talked about what are the set classes and why do we need it. And today we will talk about all the other stuff. So, uh, what are some examples of the trichordal set classes, how to read the list of set classes, and how to analyze a piece of music using set classes. I'll try to make it as quick as possible. And if you have some extra questions, feel free to drop in during our regular class time. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 10:45. Okay, so let's take a look at the trichordal set classes. Let's say you're creating a set class using the first three notes, 0, 1, 2, and using this as a prime form. Let's say set class 0, 1, 2. Using that as a prime form, you can actually generate or create a whole bunch of pitch class sets, right? So for example, if you have 4, 5, and 6, or 7, 6, 5, 0, 11, 10, or even a piece of music that does E, F, and G flat, something like this. All this pitch class sets or notations are all group of the set class 0, 1, 2. And inside there is also pitch class set 0 and 2. You see, so think of it as a two different level. There is a level of pitch class set, and there's a level of notation, and there's a level of prime form, which is used to represent the set class. Good. So there's set class 0 and 2, and let's continue. There's set class 0 and 3 and 0 and 4, as you can see. 3, 0 and 4, 0 and 5, 0 and 6. So far, so good. But we're kind of trying to come up with the unique ways to create the prime form out of 12 notes. And you will look at this and see why there's no 0 and 7 here. Why isn't 0 and 7 part of this prime form? The answer is that 0, 1, 7, let's say 0, 1, and 7, they are not listed as a normal order. If you think about it, 0 and 7 listed as 0, 1, and 7 is not the most compact way to organize it, right? The most compact way is to actually start from here and then count it this way, because we need to stay clockwise. So in other words, 0 and 7 is actually part of the set class 0 and 6. Does it make sense? Because it's 0, 1, and 6. So let's say if you have a pitch class set 0, 1, 7, if you do what is this? If you do P1I, then you will end up with 0 and 7. Does it make sense? So that's why there's no pitch class set, there's no 0, 1, 7 as a prime form, because its prime form is not a prime form because it's part of the set class 0 and 6. Likewise, 0 and 8 is 0 and 8 belongs to the set class of 0 and 5. 0 and 9 belongs to the set class of 0 and 4, and so on. Okay, so that exhausts any group of three notes, three pitch classes that has a half step in it, 0, 1. Same goes for 0 to 4, 0 to 5, 0 to 6, 0 to 7. 0 to 8 is the same as 0 to 6, and so on. And 0 to 6, 0, 3, 6, 0, 3, 7, and 0, 3, 8 is actually the same as 0, 3, 6. And How about 039? 039 is 0, 3, and 9, same as 036. It belongs to the pitch class, belongs to the set class 036. How about 038? Let's see. 038. 038 belongs to the set 037. 0310 belongs to 0, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good? All right. So, so you can see that these are the only possible ways to organize 3 nodes that creates a prime form. Okay, so that's it. Those are the examples. In early development of this kind of theory, a theorist named Alan Ford created a numbering system for these that they are called the Ford number. Ford number basically is just the numbers given to each prime form. So 3, 1 is 0, 2, 3, 2 is 0, 3, 3, 3 is 0, 4, and so on all the way to 3, 12. So those are the Ford number. So when you're talking about a set class, people usually talk about it using its prime form, 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 3, that kind of stuff. Or sometimes people use the Ford number, like 3, 1, 3, 2. So when you say set class 3, 2, then you will need to look at what they call the list of set class and figure out what kind of prime form does the set class 3, 2 have. Yeah. Sometimes it takes more steps to figure those out. Sometimes people also say set class and using the prime form 0, 1, 3. Then they're saying the same thing, exactly the same thing, and they're just 2 different ways to call them. Okay, so let's take a look at the list of set classes. This is the list of trichordal and nonachodal set class. Nonachodal means 9 nodes, and 3 plus 9 equals 12. Those are the 12 pitch class. So let's take a look at how they are organized, how they look. So on the left, you will see, or on the outermost side, you'll see the prime form for each set class. Same here, prime forms. And right next to it, you'll see the Ford number. For the Ford number, for 2 complementary sets, that's complete PLE, complementary set, which means those 2 completes a whole set. So 3 plus 9 equals 12, and 12 is the complete number of pitch classes. So for Ford number, for the complementary set, the Ford number stays the same. So 3, 3. If you see a 3, 3 and 9, 3, you know that those 2 pitch class sets or those 2 set classes can be combined into creating a whole 12 distinct nodes. Okay, so those are the Ford numbers, and right in the next column you'll see a interval class vector. Interval class vector, you remember what they are? If you don't, it's okay, we'll look at it later. But basically, it just shows you number of intervals in there. So if you look at, let's say this, it shows that there's 1 half step and 1 perfect fourth and 1 tritone, which it does have all those, right? Half step, perfect fourth, and tritone. Okay, now let's take a look at T and I invariance. You see this column right here refers to the T invariance. That means there is this number of transformation possible to generate itself. So for example, if you do 0 to 4, and if you transpose it by T0, then you'll come up with 0 to 4, right? So you change this some way, and then you create it itself. That's what it's called invariance. And you see there's one all the way down. That's because they're talking about T0 as the invariance generating transformation. You see 048 has 3 because you have T0, T4, and T8. T0 to 048 will generate 048. T4 to 048 will generate 480. T8 to 048 will generate 804. So there are 3 invariants possible. That's why there's number 3 here. Same thing goes for the I invariance, but as you can see, it's less common to have I invariance. There's one here. Yeah. So let's take a look at 027. It says that there is one possible transformation that can generate itself. I transformation that can generate itself. So let's take a look at 027 as a pitch class set. 0, 2, and 7. If you draw the line, let's say here, so that 7 reverts to itself, 0 goes here, and 2 goes here, then you will create an inversion that will generate itself, right? So this shows that 0 plus 2 is 2, so if you do t to I to 0 to 7, you will create 2, 0, and 7, right? Because 2 becomes 0, 0 becomes 2, 2 becomes 0, and 7 becomes itself. So that is that is the invariance that this chart is talking about. This one is talking about. Okay, so that is the list of set classes, and this list continues all the way to the hexachords. So there's going to be trichordal, tetrachordal, pentachordal, and hexachordal, and it'll be organized in this way. Okay, let's move on to the analysis. So we're going to analyze a short passage from what is this? Webern string quartet. And I will do some of it for you, and I want you to do the rest as a homework. Let's take a look at this first. It says, find at least 8 set class 3-3. Oh, this is too fast. It says, find at least 8 set class 3-3, 014, and set class 3-4, 015. Okay, so they're giving you both the fourth number here and the prime form. All right, so let's see how can you look for a pitch class set that belongs to a certain set class. In order to do that, you need to kind of look at how this prime form is organized. Let's take a look at 014. 014 means there's a 1/2 step and 1 minor third, and then there's a major third, right? That means if you see, first what you need to do, what I will do actually, is to look for a 1/2 step. So let's say I look around and saw F sharp and G. Then I can see that, oh yeah, this can be part of this trichordal set class. Then the next step that I will do is to come up with the 2 possible ways as a transposition and an inversion that will create a 014. So F sharp G and A sharp or B flat will create a T version or T version of this set class. F sharp, G, and E flat will create an I or inverted version, right? We have 1/2 step, minor third, and major third. Same thing, 1/2 step, minor third, integer third, right? So first I will look for a half step, any kind of half step, and then once I find that, I just look for the two other possibilities. So let's take a look at set class 33014. We have we have a 2, an 11, and we have E flat, which is 3. So that creates, and I notice there's a half step there. So let's make sure if this is any of the set classes. What's the set class of this? This will be 0 and 4. So this will be 0 and 4. Okay, how about this? We have 10, 7, and 11. I already know 10 and 11, they're half step, right? So 10, 11, and let's put 7 here, then we'll have minor third, half step, and perfect fourth. Another example of 0 and 4, right? So another example, so I'll circle those 3, and then I can go on. Okay, and if you end up finding some notes that is not, if you see a half step, but actually it creates the perfect fourth and outside. For example, let's say if you're looking at this 3 note, we have G sharp, A, and C sharp, which is G sharp to A is half step, right? And 0 to 4 is perfect fourth. G sharp to A, C sharp is a perfect fourth. So this will be example of set class 0 and 5. Yeah. So that's how you will find it. Okay, so find the rest of it. Find the rest of the subclasses in this passage and answer the following questions. You might need to do this using your mouse to draw things on your computer and then save as so that you can submit, you can upload a graphic file rather than, or you can take a photo and then upload it too, but you need to print the example. But anyway, try to do this and I'll have you, I'll have the slot to upload the answers. Okay, if you have any question again, come to the come to the office hour at 10:45, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I'll be online. Okay, see you later.